Alright, so now you have that wonderful, great website. The problem is you just have to get students to there. Now, it's going to be really hard for them to have to type out that entire website right there. So what you're going to want to use is you're going to want to use a shortcut, some way that makes it easier for them to type it or get to it another way. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to select this one website or any one website. It literally matters not what the website is, but we're just going to do it for your school website. You're going to want to go up there and you're going to want to hit Control C to copy or right click and copy. Then you want to open up Google's website shortener. It's goo.gl. You can paste any one URL here, so just go ahead and do that. Control V for paste, or just right click and paste. Then you want to hit the button that says shorten URL, and it's going to shorten that whole thing, and it's now going to give you a nice smaller copy. You actually don't even need the http:// part. You can just type out the goo.gl, etc., right there. So I am going to press Control C to copy, or right click and copy. And there's a lot of things that you can do with it. One thing I recommend is this is something that's great on a physical piece of paper that's handed out so students get access to it. If you paste it in there, now this is something that you can print out and hand to students. And that's really handy for that. But there's this wonderful additional little feature that Google has as well. If you click on details, it's going to give you a whole bunch of details and stuff like that. There's some cool things you can do with that, but the important part is this QR code right here. If you right click on that and hit copy image, that's now something that you could paste onto this. This is now something that if you printed it out, it would send them right to that shortened website, which of course is the one that is going to redirect to the one thing. What I would recommend if you do this though, if you're going to do this, if you're going to print out a QR code, I also recommend that you copy and paste the whole website that's going to go underneath there. Because sometimes students are like, I'm here, is this where you wanted me to go? Sometimes people just prefer to type it. Either way, even though no one might actually type that, it's nice to know that if you go to that website or you scan that QR code, it's going to send you to that website there. This is just a way to double check, yeah, I went to the right place. You can stop here, or I'm going to show you one additional thing that you can do with the QR codes. If you look back at the QR codes, it's got this data here, these graphs that is going to tell you when the QR code was actually used. Now this thing was created less than a minute ago, so there's not much data, but this is one that I created a couple days ago when I sent it out to parents. And the interesting part is you can track and see, is anyone actually clicking on that link that I sent in the email? Now you can't tell who's been clicking on it, but you can tell that people have been clicking on it and using it. So you can see even what browsers they've been using: Internet Explorer, Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Mobile Safari, where they've been directed to, where they are in the world, mostly the United States, which kind of makes sense. But that's an additional little thing that you can do with Google's wonderful website shortener. Alright, so now that you know how to do it, one of the really cool applications that I like to do is obviously to print them out and give them out to students, but it's also really handy to put on different things that you already do hand out to students. This is my interactive science notebook that I use. I hand it out to all students. This is pretty much the one paper copy we're going to be going with on here. But I always have on the inside front cover a link to the class webpage. So I give them the shortened version that they can type in, or the QR code that they can scan. Remember, it's always nice to have where they're going at the bottom so they know. But additional little things that you can do is if you have regular vocab that you want students to review, like let's say on Quizlet. Well, the entire Quizlet link is really lengthy to type in there. So it's sometimes nice to just take that really long website that you already have for Quizlet and then just put the shortcut to it there as well as scanning it. I had a student who was just able to pull out her phone, scan that, go to Quizlet, and Quizlet has a wonderful mobile website where you can easily practice all this stuff on a phone. So that's a really good way if a student just wants to practice vocab or something else right there. It's a really quick way to get them there without any additional logging in or whatnot.